Hi, I'm Jen Cookson, and this is my first felting tutorial. We've got some shadows, we've got some light issues, but we're just going to go for it anyway. And today we're going to make this felted unicorn. It's actually a nightlight. So what we have are these little LED nightlights, like little tea lights actually. And so we build our project over this little light, and it glows through the felt depending on how dark your project is. So yeah, let's get started. So this unicorn has a couple of things. So one thing that we're going to do first is we're going to make the horn. We're going to get that glued and kind of ready to go before we start felting the rest of the project. So I use these kind of toothpicks. They're the round pointed kind. So they're pointy on the ends, and then they're round, and they're quite sturdy. So that's what we need. So what I've done here is I've started a couple of them. So what I do is I just take the toothpick and I take some of the white merino, the softer, finer wool, and I just put a tiny, tiny drop of glue on the end. This is the glue that I use. It's called Jewel-It. It's from Aileen. You can buy this at Walmart or a craft store. You don't have to use that glue. I suspect that almost any glue would work because these are natural materials, wood and wool, so it shouldn't be a problem. And it's such a small amount. So you just put a tiny drop close to the end, not on the tip, but close to the end of this toothpick. I'm sorry that I can't get closer to show you. I'm gonna work on my camera angles, but what I'm gonna do is just let this dry, and I have another one over here that I've made as well, just to make sure we have enough to show you. And then I'm gonna just fold the sort of loose end that's kind of, here's the long end, this is the short end, and I'm just gonna fold that over and start winding. So I'm going to wind towards the top of the horn first, towards the tip, to the closest end where the wool is. And then, so I'm going to do a couple turns there, and then I'm going to start winding it down on an angle until it's all covered, like that. And so you can get, you can use pressure, you can use like kind of the oils in your fingers to really smooth it out. And it will probably just stick, the other end will probably just stick by itself. So once you've done that, you can just put that aside. The other thing you can do is, instead of wrapping your horn in wool, if you want to speed things up, you can just color it with a Sharpie or a sparkly pen, like a gold or a silver pen, or even glitter. You can do anything you want with your unicorn horn. So we're going to move on to starting this project from the base. And the other thing I want to say is your unicorn might not look like this one, and it might not be pink, it might be white, or it might be a different color. And it doesn't matter what it looks like. All that matters is that you're having fun. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put him over here with his buddies. And we're going to take actually I'm going to borrow the nightlight out of this little owl because it's already started. And I'm going to turn it off. So there's a little switch on the back. You just turn it off, save your little battery. And we're going to start with the core wool. So this is batting. merino batting. It's much, you know, fluffier and coarser, and it felts together really, really well for 3D sculptures. So that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to just take a little bit and maybe pull some of that off. And we're going to make a donut first with our wool around our tea light. So we're going to go all the way around, just wrap it around. If you find a little, you know, bit of debris in your wool, I know that some of you know this already, but you can just tease it out. And make a donut of wool around your tea light like this. Pretty tightly around there. Then we're going to take our felting needle. So I'm using a burgundy needle, tip needle. This is an all-purpose needle. It's awesome for getting this done quickly and efficiently. And so we're just going to start stabbing the wool, being careful not to, you know, hit the tea light. And we're just going to felt all the way around a few times, making sure that, you know, where the donut reconnects, that we, you know, felt there too. And the thing that I've noticed since I've started teaching felting just a little bit is that some people felt too much. They go crazy and they really want to make it really solid, but you don't really need to do that. You can just, you know, just doing that little bit, you know, I'm going to pull it up off the foam and you can see it's already made, you know, a little shape that's holding together. So yeah, so we'll just keep doing that. We're going to have it sitting over the tea light and we're just going to felt it into a base. So this is your base. So I know I was just saying you don't have to overfelt things, but the base of your projects, they need to be solid. So make sure that, you know, you're happy with it. The other thing we can do now that, you know, we've got our shape is we can poke around the outside to make it a little bit more narrow.